my name's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I get this makeup look. I was basically just playing around with a whole bunch of makeup that I don't usually wear all the time, so that was really fun. And I just talk about lots of different things. Obviously what's happening with the coronavirus is quite scary, so I do talk about that. But yeah, this is just a really chit chatty makeup tutorial. I don't even really talk about the makeup that much. I'm just talking about things. So I kind of made this video because I'm just getting a little bit upset with everything happening at the moment. There's obviously so much happening, and just constantly watching the news is like just really quite depressing. So I wanted to do something not only to take my mind off of it, but also your mind, and I am going to be talking about it and just give you an outlet from the whole situation. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you without any makeup on in 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm kind of feeling a little bit inspired by this jumper that I'm wearing, so I'm thinking maybe a purple vibe, but I will see how things progress. So I'm gonna start off with just the setup, the whole situation. So I'm looking at a mirror in front of me here, but obviously the camera's over here and it's really hard to like look at myself and film at the same time, so I'm sorry in advance. I'm going to be looking this way quite a lot. So first of all, I've already washed my face. I just actually had a shower just because I just wanted to feel like a little bit refreshed and kind of just basically get out of my pajamas. It is, what is it? It is 1:30 and I've been in my pajamas all morning and I just really needed to freshen up. So done that. I'm going to start off with the Smashbox Photo Finish Minimize Pores Primer. So I'm going to use this first and just put that all over my face. So I really like this primer. It's really good for obviously like smoothing out your pores, and I feel like it's like really mattifying as well. Just a really good base for your makeup. So I have some pretty big dark circles at the moment too, but my skin overall is pretty good, basically because I haven't really been wearing makeup the last couple of days, so my skin is loving that. So next I'm going to do the Tarte BB, what is this, the BB Tinted Trim 12-hour primer. It's meant to be a primer, but it's like a BB cream. I find it's like quite good for a light coverage because my actual foundation is run out. And to be honest, I don't really use foundation that often. I'll either just use my Tarte Shape Tape by itself as like a natural foundation, which probably isn't the best thing because it is a concealer. But if I'm not using that, I will use this BB cream, which I feel like gives pretty decent coverage. As you can see, it's actually quite pigmented, so I kind of just dot that everywhere, and now I'm going to blend that in. I'm sorry if the audio just changed. I just closed the windows because the breeze was getting a little bit too much and I didn't want there to be like really bad wind in the background, so hopefully it sounds a little bit better now. So I'm just using a, what is this, the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80. So this is the foundation brush I've been using for years. I find it's just like really good at buffing new foundation. So I'm not sure how well the camera's picking up, but you can see there's like a bit of coverage there. And now I'm going to go in with my absolutely feral Tarte Shape Tape. You can see it's just covered in concealer. That's kind of actually has leaked on all the rest of my makeup. When I travel, it all goes in one big bag and it just goes everywhere. I don't really know how to stop that from happening. So anyway, I'm going to be using this. It's in the shade 16 and Fair Light Neutral, and it's the concealer I've been using for ages now. It's my favorite. So I just put that under my eyes mainly, and then on a couple of places which I feel like the BB cream doesn't really get to and cover as much as I would like. So then I'm going to blend in the under eye area with the Sigma Precision Flat F80. So it's basically just a teeny tiny version of the other one that I use for the rest of my face. And I also put a little bit up onto my eyelids too when I'm doing eyeshadow, just to cancel out a bit of the veins and the redness. Okay, so that's my base done. So basically what I'm trying to do today is obviously, for one, distract myself, entertain you guys, and also just kind of play around with my makeup because I'm bored. So I'm gonna do things a little bit differently than I usually would. So I kind of want to play around with some things in my makeup collection. So I have this little sample pot from MAC, again very dirty. So it's called the skin base. So it's like a peach strobe cream, or I'm not really sure exactly which one it is, but it's just like this kind of highlighting stuff here. I'm gonna put that on like my high points of my face just to brighten things a little bit, because I'm gonna take some photos after this, because like I said, I'm bored, and I feel like kind of having a glowy look might be quite nice, and it's not something I use on the everyday. So yeah, just gonna do that now. But yeah, like, how are you guys feeling about everything that's happening at the moment? Because to be honest, I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Like, I feel like every time I watch the news, it's just a bit intense. Like, obviously the situation's crazy and there is just so much going on, but like it just makes me like, I actually cried last night. Like, I'm actually getting quite upset about everything, just because I feel like it is really scary, and like everyone is either going crazy and hoarding, or they're sort of just going about their everyday business, which is like really hard to say. I guess that's why like all the new measures have come in, all the like social distancing stuff, because nobody, or like obviously a lot of people have been adjusting their lives, but like, you know, all the people down at Bondi Beach, and just like some people are sort of just like not really paying attention to it. And like, I guess if you didn't watch the news, you wouldn't really get any information about all the social distancing and what you should be doing, which I know is a bit of an excuse and a cop-out, but like some people actually just don't watch the news, so they don't really realize how bad things are getting, and how much social distancing isn't really important right now. I mean, like, I'm obviously trying to stay at home as much as I can, not really like go places that I don't need to. So this is my third day that I've actually been at home. Wanted to open up a little bit about that, because yeah, I am a little bit scared about things at the moment. Like, it's something that I don't really put a damper on things. This is meant to like distract you from all of that, because literally everywhere you go, people are talking about it. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on it briefly, because I don't really want to ignore it and like act like there's not that situation going on. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I'm trying not to talk about it in every single video, because everyone is talking about it constantly, and I just feel like sometimes you just need a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna I'm using at the moment the Coty Airspun face powder, a dry beauty blender, and I'm just sort of setting the concealer and the foundation in place. I'm just sort of trying to avoid the areas that I just put the highlighter on, just to set everything in place. Move on to the eyes. So I'm going to try and do some things that I don't usually do. Like, I want to play around with a little bit more eyeshadow. I kind of keep it pretty natural most of the time. So I think I'm mainly going to be using my Naked 2 palette from Urban Decay. Got a lot of different colours in there. And I'm thinking, yeah, kind of going with those purple tones. So I think I'm also going to be reaching for the, it's not a matte colour, but I have it in my MAC container here. And it's this one in this corner up here. So it's kind of like, I'd say like a dirty purple, like a dusty rose kind of colour. And I think it's from COLLAB. I don't know the exact name, but I'm going to be using that, I think. So I might just do a base first. So I'm just going to be taking the first colour here in the palette, which is Foxy, which is just like a really like light neutral matte colour, and I'm just going to basically use that to set that concealer in place. And I feel like it's also important to talk about like things you can do whilst you are social distancing, like kind of what other alternatives there are. I guess it's for a lot of people who are really social and are obviously going out and like doing a lot of things, and that's like what they love to do, like, you know, going out to like bars and nightclubs, and that's like such a big part of their lifestyle. This would be a really big change for them. But I'm such a homebody. Like, I'm honestly, I haven't really changed a lot. Like, I really like going out to cafes and such like that, but overall I kind of just like chilling at home. So I want to like know down in the comments what you guys are finding the hardest about this whole thing. Like, is it the going out, or is it just how scary the coronavirus situation actually is? and like the thought of like you getting it or your loved ones was obviously quite scary. But yeah, I feel like there's obviously lots of things that you can do at home to entertain yourselves, and I kind of feel like, oh, by the way, I'm just using this color here. I think it's Omega from MAC, and I'm using a Sigma small tapered blending E45 brush, and I'm just putting that in the crease just to like define it a little bit. But I think it's a good time to reflect on things because we are so busy in our lives, and I feel like that kind of being forced to just be at home, and not forced, but like, you know, home more often than like some people may be, it's a good opportunity to kind of take a step back and just slow down and just look at like what you're doing in your life, and if you're happy with that, and kind of reevaluate things. Kind of like, I don't know, like maybe look at your New Year's goals, because it's, what is it, it's almost the end of March, and maybe you haven't actually looked at them from the day you wrote them on January 3rd. On January 1st, or maybe you want to work on a business and you can do that from home, but you haven't had the time because you've been, you know, working at your other job. I don't know, things like that. I'm just trying to see the kind of positives that could come from this, and like things that you could actually do from home to work on things. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with that tease color, which is this one here. I'm taking, what is this, the Sigma Pencil E30, I just dropped it, which is quite a small little brush. I'm going to be focusing that on the outer V. Like, use this time to, you know, call a friend or do some things that you otherwise wouldn't have time for, that you've kind of been ignoring. And like, just like, even just to like sit down and read a book. I feel like people are always so busy, and that they may not have the opportunity to do that. Like, obviously, like, people are losing their jobs, and there is like a whole lot of other things going on. But I don't know, like, I'm not trying to like take away from that at all. But like, there are some things that we could be doing at home to kind of improve ourselves and just basically distract ourselves. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about that subject. Okay, obviously I'm no expert, I'm no amazing person talking about this subject, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on it. So yeah, basically I hope you're all going well with it. Hopefully you're not feeling too overwhelmed by the whole situation. We've never seen anything like this, but I'm hoping that everyone is staying safe and healthy and just doing your bit to help. So anyway, what am I up to? So I've got kind of like the basics on, and I'm gonna be using, what am I gonna do now? So I think I'm gonna like add a bit of sparkle, bit of something. So I think I might go in with Half Baked, which is like this really gold color here, and I'm just gonna be putting that on the lid with a E55. The E55, yeah, just a shadow brush, just to brighten the look up a little bit and add some dimension. I'm not a makeup artist, I'm just talking and just rambling on here. So that's what's looking like so far. I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm just, yeah, just playing around with makeup. Okay, so I think I need to do something with these brows. They're just a little bit wild. They are not really looking too cash hot right now, so I'm just going to comb them out. And then I've really been enjoying just going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel, and not actually using my Brow Wiz. I've been using the Brow Wiz for like many years now, and it's been my favorite, but I have branched out and I've been using this, as I've talked about previously, which I've really been liking the look of it. I feel like it just looks really natural, and like when you just brush through the color rather than having like a defined line. So whilst I have been social distancing, I've been getting back hardcore into the Vampire Diaries. Actually, I've probably watched, this is probably my, what's the third, or definitely my third, possibly my fourth time watching the series, and it's amazing. I'm back into season 2, I think, so far. So I've been watching it quite a lot because I'm just at home, so gotta do something with your time. Obviously it's not the most productive way to spend your time, but I really like it. I don't know, I've always really enjoyed watching Netflix. I feel like it's just a really nice outlet to just forget about kind of the problems in the world Basically just ignoring life for a minute. Okay, so brows are done. I don't know, I've kind of been liking the bit of a thicker brow lately, kind of what I'm vibing. So I think I'm going to go in with mascara next. So I'm just using this one by Too Faced. So I'm just going to use this like small handheld mirror just to do my mascara a little bit easier. Okay, so there we have it. Mascara is done. So I'm not looking so bare anymore. So that is my eyes done, I think. I'm going to go back to the face and do like my blush, bronzer, all that sort of jazz. So as we are trying new things today, well, not new things, but you know, trying to do things differently, I thought I would use something different. What have I got in here? Oh, I haven't used this one in a while. It's the Tarte Unstoppable Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush, if I could get it open. So it's this one here. I feel like that might be really nice. Yeah, see, that's pretty. I feel like that's just really natural, but also a little bit more of a blush color than my like usual MAC blush. Could I actually do bronzer, because I literally just use the blush now. How many times have I said blush in the last 10 seconds? I mean, the last 30 seconds. And I haven't really used actual bronzer in a hot minute, so I'm gonna use this one. So this is by Too Faced, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. It's the one that smells like chocolate, the FO5, so it's like a really small little brush, and I'm actually going to use it to contour my cheekbones just a little bit. So just like taking in that really like outer portion. And I'm also going to put a little bit up here. I haven't used this in a while. I don't know why, but I'm just literally pulling out all my MAC products. So I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Lightscapade. And it's like a super pretty thing. You can see it's like all these kind of grainy bits of stone kind of, I don't know, words. So I'm going to be using that. And I use this like really little brush. It's by BYS Professional. Ooh, that's actually pretty strong. Let me blend it out. Put on the Cupid's bow, and on the I kind of have a bit of a lipstick obsession. Sorry if I keep moving around. I am sitting on the floor and it's uncomfortable. But I kind of have a bit of a lipstick obsession, as you can. Well, there's like a couple of blushes in here, a couple of perfumes, but there's a lot of lipstick to choose from. Okay, so I'm going to use Aquarius 2. So I have all these ColourPop lip colors, and so this is a ultra matte lip in the color in the shade Aquarius 2. I don't know, what do you guys think? Does it look nice? I like it. Let's take the hair out, see what we're working with, because I definitely need to do my hair as well if I'm going to take some photos. I haven't even brushed my hair today. That's just like, this is what it looks like if you can see up close. Kind of hard to like show you everything. Be like one of those beauty gurus who are doing those like slow effect kind of things. I am sitting in front of a big window, so I'm hoping it will look okay. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video and hopefully it distracted you in some form. It distracted me actually quite well. I just spent half an hour doing makeup and it was really fun. And yeah, it was really really good just to relax and just do something different, and other than watching Netflix at this point. So thank you everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.